What a game this was. The Dolphins come from 13 down as Nick DiPillo joins us. Congratulations, my man. Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
So, go ahead, talk about your thoughts. I mean, there's so much. You've got 10 assists from Eli. You've got a career-high rebounds from B. Will. The players that you had in fought so hard. The buy-in today was extraordinary.
It was terrific, and it's what we've been preaching. It's hard not to be emotional because of everything these kids have fought through and how hard they've worked, and it hasn't been easy. And I sure as hell haven't been easy on them because I do believe it's my job to raise the standard every day. The buy-in was phenomenal. We've talked a lot about the opponent always being ourselves, and again, even though we didn't make it easy on ourselves with 26 turnovers in the game, when we had to make the gritty, tough plays, Sierra and Eli and Hayden, Bree, Z came off the bench and gave us unbelievable energy. So proud of them.
Coach, it starts with the young lady to your right. This team got down by 13 points. She's battled through illness and injury and just about everything else. Talk about 28 points, 7 threes. That's a pretty elite list. You tied Michaela Roberts and Liz Millay. Those are 2 future Lemoyne Hall of Famers. Talk about Sierra's play.
C keeps on doing that. She's going to be in that same company. I tell C all the time, there's no such thing as a bad shot. And listen, I've coached some really good players in my day. I don't know if anyone's had a brighter green light with me than Sierra does. I told her as long as she runs hard and gets her feet set, let it rip. And listen, you take 17 threes. I don't know if any of them were bad. And that's just the type of kid she is. But she was also the most vocal one in all her huddles, especially down the stretch of those games, of this game. She was the one preaching that we need to stop, preaching that we got to, do the little things to get it done. And listen, the 28 points are awesome, but who she is, it's even better.
I got to talk to you about a couple of individuals because we've seen individual players step up in one game. But we haven't had the game where 3 or 4 have been put together. Today was the day. We see the growth of Brianna Williams. What fight today. That number 15, that really stands out.
No,
15 caroms.
It's terrific. And, I throw Bree in the same conversation as C. So much of the first part of their season has been taken away because of injury and stuff that they couldn't control. And with both those guys and obviously Bree today, when Bree's out there and Bree's the presence that we know she can be, 7 offensive boards and 15 total, and she drew 6 fouls, and she was a presence for us. It was phenomenal. I'm so proud of her.
It's kind of weird that, we haven't talked at all so far about Hayden Roberts, but when the chips got down, Hayden hit a couple really big shots that kept the team in the game, kept it afloat, and allowed other players to kind of figure out what they were doing today. You have to mention her because it's another double-double. Yep. You've kept telling me, this is a young lady that had double-double at Stanford. Clearly it's in her to get 15, 18 points a game.
It is. No, it is. And again, I keep preaching the same message over and over again. The opponent is always ourselves. And with Hayden, 21 and 10, I'm proud, but I'm not surprised. And I'm proud, but I expect it every night because that's what she's capable of doing.
So wide open in the corner on several occasions was Sierra Linnin. Sometimes this season the point guards haven't been able to find the wide open player. 10 assists today for Eli Clark, including several to this play. I know the turnovers aren't quite where you want to be, but that's a heck of a lot of pressure that you're putting on a freshman point guard who not only led the team with the basketball, but also knocked down key free throws down the stretch.
Oh, no question. Listen, she's a freshman. I throw her to the fire. Trust her as much as anybody. Proud of her.
I keep telling you, Coach, there are better things to come, and today was some of that better things to come. But how important was it to just get that first one? We keep saying these kids are good enough to win in this league.
Oh, yeah,
it's just
absolutely.
Getting them to believe it.
100%. I think all today does is show that when there's buy-in, there's results. And today was indicative of everybody doing their part, doing what needed to be done. Even kids who didn't statistically have a great game had an impact on what we did. Again, the numbers don't tell the story what some of the kids in the box score did. But again, you're right. You get one, you believe it. We're going to enjoy the hell out of this today. And then we're going to come back and turn our attention to a really good Stonehill team on Tuesday.
We'll see you. Let's come back Monday.
That's fine. See you Monday.
Let's hand the website. I'll be okay. The headset over to Sierra Linnin. And Sierra, when I first met you, it was in Syracuse, New York, at another building in the Carrier Dome, and you were upset. Do you remember why you were upset? because we lost a game in an exhibition game to Syracuse that we could have won for the same price. It was a very good game. So I know you take losing extremely hard. Can you talk about how rewarding it is to not only win a game, but to be such an important part of it with a career-high 28 points?
It feels amazing. I mean, we faced probably one of the most adversities that any team in the country has faced this year. Different players battling illness, injury. I've just done anything that I possibly can to just help my team. I think it's, as much as it was like stats, it's also mental. You know, like Coach said, like talking in huddles, like I am a junior, like I'm now like an upperclassman, I have experience. So I think along with the stats, I've been able to find a voice and help lead my team vocally, especially being injured for half the season, missing half the season. It was tough, but it helped me in other aspects vocally.
How much, I'm going to harken back to a game last year at the end of the year. It didn't mean anything. It was a WNIT game where the team got down by double figures in the first quarter and fought their tails off to almost win the game. But you had 22 in that game, and you were an important part of showing everybody around you that, look, we may be behind, but we can still fight and get back. You're down by 8 points with about 4 minutes to go in this game. And I said, the game's not over. You got to keep fighting. And so far this season, you guys have answered the bell on just about every occasion. Just the right thing hasn't happened. But I want you to talk about, with all the dynamic of the team, how much like having Eli Clark be able to run the point and find you in positions where you can be effective and score. How important is it to have Eli on this team?
Yeah, I mean, Eli does not play like a freshman at all. She's very poised. She plays with a lot of experience. She steps up when we need her most. I think Bree too, like just constantly putting pressure on the glass, like the 15 rebounds, that's incredible. Hayden making tough plays when we need her, just finishing small plays that you don't think matters, like in the last couple possessions, even though we had like a little bit of a cushion, just making sure we box out and get the rebound, stopping just little plays like that, all just helps us buy in and just win.
We've got to send it over to the men's game, and I know you probably have a heck of a celebration back there in the locker room. Thank you for leading this team and helping lead this team this season, and especially to this much-needed victory, hopefully the first of many over the rest of this campaign and next year for you.
Thanks, Tim.
Thanks, C. A winner all the way, Sierra Linnin, and she helped this team today to a victory. We've got to take a quick timeout. The Dolphins win for the first time this season, 77-71 on the back of Sierra Linnin. We'll wrap things up following this break on the Dolphins Broadcast Network.